What causes your property value to decrease? Well, they say in real estate, location, location, location is your number one thing to help get a home sold. The same thing goes when it comes to having your property value decrease. If you are in a bad location, meaning you're in an undesirable neighborhood, maybe it's a noisy environment. You have an interstate or a major highway that backs up to your property, and that traffic noise is constantly coming through. Maybe you're close to an industrial site. Maybe it's just a high traffic area and it's hard to get in and out of your house or your subdivision. All those things are going to play into the value of your home. If you're in a natural disaster area, we're seeing homes that are in California and Florida. People are having a real hard time buying there now because the insurance won't insure homes in these states because they've had so many natural disasters that the insurance companies are like, yeah, we can't afford this anymore. We're not doing it. So those types of things are definitely going to affect what your property is worth. Other things that can decrease your property's value are going to be limited access to amenities. Now, up until about 5 years ago, there were lots of parts of East Tennessee that did not have high-speed internet. And that was a huge deterrent to buyers who were moving here from out of state who might need to work from home. So now that we have high-speed internet in most of our areas, that has definitely improved property values for some people. Having a poor property condition is also going to decrease your value. Sometimes it just breaks my heart to be riding out through the country. I'll go down Talbot, Kansas Road, and I think I counted last time 6 or 7 homes that were just dilapidated. They were falling in on themselves. And my question is always, how does a home get to that point? If somebody has passed away, if the heirs don't want the house to live in, rent it, sell it, do something with it. Don't just let it sit in disrepair like that, because now that home is basically worth nothing. And it's going to hurt when you finally do get ready to sell even the property it's sitting on, because people are going to have to pay to get that home demolished. Another thing that's going to decrease your property value is to have outdated features. You could take 2 identical homes built in the same year, same floor plan, next door to each other. One of them has been renovated, updated. It's got the trendy colors. It's got the open floor plan. It's got renovated bathrooms, updated kitchen, the whole 9 yards. It is move-in ready. I can promise you it's going to be worth a lot more than the house next door, which has not been updated since the house was built in 1970 and has paneling and shag carpet and wallpaper and the olive green appliances in the wall. So you have to think about things like that. When you look at what home prices in your neighborhood are selling for, were those homes updated? Had they been remodeled over the years, or are they in the standard condition of when the original owner purchased it? The other thing that's going to affect your property value is going to be market condition, obviously. When we're in a market such as today, where we have low inventory and high buyer demand, that means home values increase. We can remember back in 06, 07, 08, and 09 when we had a plethora of homes for sale and not enough buyer demand. So what happened to the property values? They decreased. We saw the biggest drop in home values probably that we've ever seen since they started keeping record. The last thing we're going to talk about is structural obsolescence. And I don't know if you're familiar with that term, if you know what functional obsolescence is. But structural obsolescence is defined as a degradation of materials over time through insufficient maintenance, overuse, or misuse. Typically, what that boils down to is you've let a building get to the point to where it is going to be cost prohibitive to bring that building or that structure up to current code. A great example of that is our downtown area here in Morristown. We have some of those buildings that they just sat there for years and years and years. And the reason that nobody could really afford to do anything with them was because in order to get them up to the current code, It was just an exorbitant cost. And we were fortunate enough to have someone who had a vision for our downtown and bought some of these older buildings. And unfortunately, that's what happened at Parks Belk, and it caught on fire. I'm anxious to see what he's able to do with that building once all the demolition is taken care of and he's able to rebuild that. But when you let something go into disrepair for that long a period of time, it is definitely going to decrease the value of those properties regardless of the location.